Welcome to the Differently Aligned podcast for neurodivergent business owners. I'm Adina Levy. I'm an autistic ADHDer, business coach, speech therapist, professional educator, and multiple business owner. I support neurodivergent business owners to create businesses that are sustainable, enjoyable, impactful, profitable, and burnout free. I provide safe spaces for you to share with like-minded community who get it, me included. Everyone is welcome here, whatever your neurotype, gender, race, any other intersections and special, fantastic, unique things that make you, you are welcome here. This podcast is recorded on the Aboriginal lands of the Gadigal and Bidjigal people. I acknowledge the traditional owners, elders past and present, and I extend my respect to any First Nations people who are listening in. I'm recording this short episode, and it's got to be short because in 10 minutes I've got to be out of my hotel room. But I wanted to capture the freshness of my thoughts and feelings and exhaustion and delight after attending the Yellow Ladybugs Conference, the in-person live day full of amazing neurokin and connection and ideas and big challenging questions. So I live in Sydney. I travelled down to Melbourne for 2 nights. I made the, I think, wise choice of staying at a hotel right at the airport, which I've never done before, but it's actually really delightful to be able to step out of the airport and into your hotel. That's so cool. It just saves a lot of energy after all the travel. Anyway, that's not the point of that. Just thought I'd drop that idea there. But I wanted to share just 3 quick ideas that and thoughts that are sitting with me after the Yellow Ladybugs conference. And there'll be things that relate to you and your business, perhaps. There'll be things that relate to how I go forward in my business and supporting other neurodivergent business owners like you. There's just so much to process, and I'm going to have to keep simmering and thinking as I always do. So watch this space. I am a slow processor. That's what I do. Simmer is a word I use a lot for this kind of thing. So I think this snapshot in time is worth capturing, and then I am going to share more thoughts that come to me over the future. I won't even hold myself to a timeline. The first thing I want to share is this day, while it's incredibly exhausting, this day of a live conference in person, all day with people, humans, busyness, movement, action, socializing, remembering names, faces, connecting, being on basically all day. All of that, while it can be super exhausting, it is so worthwhile. Personally, I just have to manage my energy quite carefully around it before, during, and after. But these moments in time are so important. And why it is so important? For me personally, quality of life goes up massively when I surround myself with like-minded people. Not only like-minded people, I'm not saying we only need to be with people just like us, but as neurodivergent people, we spend so much of our lives in spaces and groups full of lots of different people, including many neurotypical folks, people who are not quite like us. And what that can lead to is a lot of self-judgment, a lot of comparison, a lot of negative thoughts about our own personal capacity as neurodivergent people, or the way we function, or the way we perceive our failings compared to those other people. And measuring ourselves against a standard that is just simply not ours. Like, we're talking apples and oranges here. It's not fair. It's not fair on ourselves to keep being surrounded by people who are simply completely different from us. They don't understand our experience, our sensory experience, our social capacity, our communication differences. And when the standard is flipped, when we spend time amongst people who are more like us in the sense of being different in the way that we are different, we're all uniquely different, but these communities full of other neurodivergent folks are so important to sit in, whether it's in person, whether it's online. The more you can be in spaces with other people who are different as you are different, the more you're going to feel validated that your energy, capacity, choices, values, experiences, they are valid, even if they might look like, in air quotes, failures in a neurotypical world. They're not. They are your reality. This is whole human well-being, to be able to accept yourself just like you accept other people around you. I'm going to say this, like, very often we're much more compassionate to other people around us than to ourselves. And spending time with other neurodivergent people just helps with that self-acceptance, that self-compassion, which is the most beautiful starting point, because from there you can do anything, but not everything, but with a sense of acceptance of who you are, what you can do, and that your experience is valid. You can then proceed into a future that actually fits you, where you don't constantly drive yourself into burnout or push yourself so hard to have a business that looks like those other people, because you deserve to have something that fits you. And this is the other thing I wanted to share, that Yellow Ladybugs, as the organization and in their conference and events, do so beautifully. They model the idea of doing business differently, doing things in a way that is different to 1,000 other conferences. And throwing the rule book out the window is what we all need to do. We need to start from scratch. And so let's say you're an occupational therapist and you're thinking, okay, but all my peers who have a private practice, they have 20 clients a week. And so I need to have 20 clients a week because that's what I had at my last job. And that seems to be what's expected. So I'm going to do that. And I'm burning out and I'm exhausted and I have no more energy for my family or myself at the end of the day or week. Familiar? Maybe. So if that's you, or some version of that is you, where you realize that the way you're trying to build your business is not actually for you. You're maybe trying to build it in a way that looks like some sort of expected version of business. There are two big reasons that that's not working for you. One is it's not sustainable. If you're burning yourself out, you're not able to survive, thrive, or even support your clients or community. And the other reason it's not working for you is because when you figure out what your version of doing business differently looks like, that's your point of difference. That is a selling point. That is something that will attract people to you who want to get the kind of support in the way that you offer it, the way that the Yellow Ladybugs Conference does this. I mean, it's endless, and I'll probably talk more about this on my other podcast, the Exploring Neurodiversity podcast. But just a few ways is they have dim lighting all day in the big conference room. There's so many flexible seating options and non-seating options, and it's completely stated and supported to move around or be how you need to be during the day. The schedule is really maybe ADHD friendly, I think. It's got lots of short speakers, like 15-minute speakers, and different formats of the speakers as well, and lots of break times and so on. There are so many more ways that they shifted what this kind of model of typical conference looks like and made it much more flexible and friendly to many different types of brains. What I want you to take from this is, first of all, if you are feeling like your business is not quite working for you, if you're in burnout, if you're heading to burnout, if you want some ideas for how you can do business differently to make it fit you, please head over to the link in the show notes and register for my free webinar. It's going to be on the 16th of June. Recording will be available after. And if you're listening long after the fact and it's not quite available, go to the link, see what is available. I'll help you out with some other resources. But I hope that you'll join me for my webinar, Build Your Business Without Burnout, because I want to help you get there. I would love to meet you. I would love to connect with you. I would love to help you even shift one idea about how you do business to make it fit you better. Join me for the free webinar and keep listening on the podcast. I am so grateful and joyful that you're here with me. And please get in touch and let me know anything that stuck out, any thoughts or ideas or maybe shifts that you might make based on what I've shared today. I'm now going to go and check out of my hotel room because it's right on 11:01 a.m. and now I feel like a naughty girl and I hate being naughty. I think they'll forgive me. But yeah, I better wrap this up and check out and head off to the airport soon. Thanks for being here. Thank you so much for listening. Get in touch with me on Instagram. You'll find me there, neurodivergent.business. Have a beautiful day.